Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Daryl here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to give you the Walking Dead Season 10 bonus episodes, titles, and synopsis.
Yeah, guys, so we're probably aware that you guys have already seen this information. We are behind on this once again because we've been delayed. Personal things, we've gotten busy. But in case you guys haven't seen it, we want to give you our thoughts on these.
You probably want to hear what we have to say about it.
Yeah, so...
Or not.
Or not. So we are excited. These bonus episodes are going to begin February 28th next year. And there's some interesting ones here. We want to basically read the synopsis of these and kind of give you guys our thoughts of what we're going to expect from this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Let's do it.
Episode 17. I guess they're going in order after. Yeah. So Season 10, Episode 17, Home Sweet Home. Maggie has returned with a story she is not ready to share, even when her past catches up to her. Negan's safety is at stake again. Okay, of course. Daryl and Maggie fight an unseen and unknown threat.
That's going to be good because I want to learn what the hell she was doing with Georgie.
Maybe that's what we'll find out when we talk about her past. Well, that her past catches up with her.
Probably because of...
Past could be events with Georgie.
Past could be events with Georgie, how she left things with Michonne, Negan being out. I mean, she's already seen him or whatever. We will get to see, if you guys have seen the little teaser trailer, we are getting a little Herschel. I'd say he's probably maybe 9, 10 now, something like that. Yeah, we're super excited to see Maggie back and, just to see, what she's going to learn about the Whisperers, what she's going to learn that Hilltop is burned to the freaking ground. Is she then going to take over in rebuilding Hilltop now?
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And a spoiler for those that have not read the source material, but
learning
the kingdom actually helps rebuild the Hilltop. It was a collective effort between everyone, but the kingdom had a big role in that in the source material. But I think... If I'm going to predict that, I'm going to say that Maggie comes back and with the help of everything she's done, really springboards her into helping rebuild the Hilltop.
Yeah. So Daryl and Maggie fight an unseen and unknown threat. Walkers, probably. Lingering Whisperers, which we don't think there are, but they're probably just walkers.
Not once, no.
Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see on that. That's going to be a good one, though.
All right.
Episode 18, called Find Me. An adventure for Daryl and Carol turns sideways when they come across an old cabin. It takes Daryl back to the years when he left the group after Rick disappeared, as he relives a time that only the apocalypse could manifest.
That's an interesting one.
That's going to be good.
Yeah, it is. Because obviously there was that, how many years? 6 years. 6 years.
6 years.
Gap between losing Rick and coming back to season 10. Yeah, 10. Wow.
Season 9. Because, we really don't get a lot with Daryl. He doesn't share too often. So to see, I'm not sure if they're doing more of a flashback or if they're just doing present time and, he's dealing with what happened with Rick. He's, talking with Carol about it. It would be kind of cool to see kind of a flashback thing. We kind of got a little bit of it with him and Michonne searching for him. I wonder if maybe we'll get a little bit more. Maybe him searching on his own in the area that Rick went missing or something like that. And he's kind of telling it to Carol. But I can't wait to see this just because of Daryl's a very reserved person. He doesn't like to talk about things. But to see this, I think, would be really, really cool to see.
Yeah, and we might even get to see the pain that he has to go through in losing his best friend.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's it'll be interesting seeing that one.
Yep.
Episode 19, one more. Gabriel and Aaron search for food and supplies to bring back to Alexandria. Small tragedies lead to bigger tragedies as faith is broken and optimism is fragmented when they are put to the ultimate test. Interesting. Yeah.
small tragedies lead to bigger tragedies.
I find it interesting that they still have to go and search for food and supplies when we're over 10 years in, right?
Yeah, I mean Hilltop
That's
was
Alexandria.
Yeah, but Hilltop had, I think, the big farm. Hilltop had probably a lot of the crops. But Alexandria had stuff too.
Had stuff too.
Yeah, that's true. So they only abandoned it just for the Whisperer War. So
yeah,
they should be fine.
I mean, now, granted, the Whisperers brought through the Horde.
It's true.
And that probably decimated a lot of their supplies and land.
Yeah.
But still, I mean...
Yeah. The big question here is these small tragedies lead to bigger tragedies as faith is broken. So with the faith piece of it, yeah, you could say it's mostly Gabriel, but it could be anybody. Anybody's losing faith.
Well, faith doesn't have to be, religious based.
Exactly. Yeah. So. But what are these tragedies? What are the small ones? What are the little ones? Is it just part of the aftermath of the Whisperer War, learning the tragedies of the people who fell, who died?
Or is it their own tragedies?
Or just,
they take out a couple horses, they lose one.
Yeah.
And that leads to, other compounding events that just take them deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
It's, interesting. My real question is, so far, it doesn't seem like any of these episodes are tying in together. And I don't think they were meant to.
I don't think they were meant to. Yeah. Just kind of little short stories. I'm not sure if these episodes are going to be like half an hour or an hour. Let us know, guys, or 40 minutes, minus commercials. They haven't really said how long they were going to be. So,
all right. Episode 20.
Episode 20, guys, titled Splinter. Eugene, Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Princess are captured and separated. Princess struggles with memories of her traumatic past and tries to escape one way or another with the help of Ezekiel. So we're going to be getting into the Commonwealth a little bit in this before we dive more into it in season 11. We're going to get a little taste of it here.
Which means hopefully we get some characters that we've been waiting for and that we don't have to wait to be introduced to in the following season. Are we going to see Governor Milton? Are we going to see Mercer?
No, I think
come on.
I think they're going to wait.
They're captured.
Yeah, I mean,
which means they're brought back.
Well, you got to think of how long it takes for them to get.
What about Hornsby?
We definitely have to see. We definitely have to see Lance Hornsby.
Yeah,
he's the guy that they first meet when they get caught by the
Negan 2.0.
Exactly. He looked like Negan. Yeah, that's crazy. I honestly don't think that they would introduce the big characters in this. They would wait till season 11, but definitely at least come with a couple like Lance Hornsby. And just some of the ideals of the Commonwealth, asking questions and things.
Yeah,
because this is going to be just kind of like a little teeny prequel to what we're going to get to the Commonwealth. They just want to introduce you to the soldiers, what their kind of plan is, and Lance Hornsby asking them what they're doing here, and Eugene saying, "I'm here to meet Stephanie. I want to meet Stephanie." And then we'll get into the rest in season 11. That's kind of how I see it going. But.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think that. It's wishful thinking that we're going to get some of these major characters get introduced. Cool, I just don't think there's enough time, and I don't think they would introduce characters like that on a one-off episode.
The only one I would say is probably Hornsby, but if they did do it, it would be Pamela Milton if they wanted to do that early. Mercer, that can wait, but I think Pamela Milton. Well, we don't even know if they've been cast. We have no idea.
Yeah, true. So I got the next one, which sucks because you have the awesome one. But episode 21, Diverged. Daryl and Carol come to a fork in the road and head their separate ways, each going into their own type of survival mode. The easiest of challenges becomes much harder. Will their individual journeys be the tipping point needed to mend their friendship, or is the distance between them permanent? That's interesting because that tells me still they haven't recovered from the events of season 10, friendship-wise.
Well, I think this, as you were reading that, I was kind of like, wait, what? But I think that this episode will lead into, well, no, because that's going to be after they're done. I was going to say that's going to the Daryl and Carol spinoff. That's going to be after the season's over.
It's going to be after season 11.
Yeah, so they're going to be dealing with. They're still going to be.
I think this is directly after the Whisperer War and them just working on their friendship. But unfortunately, sounds like it's going to be a lot harder to mend than what we think.
You know how their friendship is going to be returned to normal?
Huh.
Is when
they find Rick.
when they find Connie. Connie's alive, so when they find Connie's alive, Daryl will probably be like, all right, it's cool. You went crazy.
I don't see him finding Connie in this episode.
Not in this episode, but in season. Gotcha. I think they'll deal with their issues here in this little mini episode, and then they'll conclude in season 11 before they go off on their spin-off adventure. But that's how I think they'll kind of mend. They'll mend it through the events of season 11, but I think Connie will be the biggest mending point.
Yeah.
For Daryl especially, and for Carol. Yeah. So. All right. I'll let him introduce the title, and I'll read the synopsis because he's itching for this.
Episode 22. Here's Negan.
Negan. Yeah, guys,
that's huge. We talked about this in a previous video. I'll let you go over the synopsis.
Yeah, guys. So Carol takes Negan on a journey, hoping to minimize the increasing tension. Negan reflects on the events that led him to this point and comes to a conclusion about his future.
Oh, are we going to get flashbacks? Are we going to get flashbacks?
Well, we are, because Negan's, it's not Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's real wife is playing Lucille. She has been cast.
Look at me forgetting our video.
She has been cast in Lucille, as Lucille. This is not going to be the full Here's Negan story from the source material that they did. Jeffrey Dean Morgan did say that AMC did kind of mention to him that the door is not closed on an actual Here's Negan spinoff. I think they should do it because there's a lot of characters that they can bring back to do this.
Oh, absolutely.
I think this is just going to deal specifically with Lucille and the events prior to the apocalypse, her going through her tragic death with cancer, him going through the mind craziness of losing his wife, and then eventually becoming the man that we know of today. Yeah.
I could definitely see this episode closing with the start of the apocalypse.
Yes.
For him, from his point of view.
The start of it.
And you know what scene I'm talking about. If you want to know the scene that we're talking about, check out our video.
Yeah.
But I think the episode will close at that scene in the hospital.
Yeah.
Which would be an amazing way to close out that episode.
Perfect. And then do a Here's Negan actual spinoff.
Absolutely.
For sure.
What I find interesting about this synopsis is Carol's taking him on a journey.
Yeah. So I think that they kind of have a close, I wouldn't say a close bond with each other, but they kind of did the thing to Alpha. So they kind of are, you know.
That's what I was going to say. I'd say if anyone's going to take him, it was either Carol or Daryl.
Yeah.
And I just think that Daryl probably isn't at that point with Negan. Mm-hmm. Seems like Carol is. And guess what? Carol wasn't there for the lineup.
Yeah.
She just knows that it happened.
Yeah.
Knows what Negan did. But knowing it and actually visualizing it and seeing it are two different things.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it makes it easier for Carol to be, this close to Negan.
Yeah. These episodes, I think, are going to be really great. They're just going to be little, like we said, we don't know the timing or the time frame, the length of how these episodes are going to be. If they're going to be half an hour with commercials, an hour with commercials, or if they do it on AMC Premiere, which I hope they do, maybe it'll be like 40, 50 minutes or something like that. So definitely stay tuned. We will definitely do reactions to these.
Yep.
We are excited. I mean, we're excited for all of them. I'm probably mostly excited for, I'm mostly excited for Home Sweet Home, Splinter with the Commonwealth, and Here's Negan.
Yeah, for me, it's Home Sweet Home. Splinter, yeah. And Here's Negan, same. Yeah.
So.
Because the other ones are just, I think they're, I don't want to say filler, but I just think that they're there to give us more Walking Dead.
Little of the aftermath of the Whisperer War and everything. I mean, just think about what they have to go through to realize, man, we just won a battle against an unseen threat because they're walkers. So you now have to think, every walker that they see, a whisper is going to be in the back of their mind. Yeah. They're going to always be looking at their hands to see if they see knives, to see if they see their eyes blinking. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's
going to be crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, have to think at this point that they're probably going through their mind of what is next.
Yeah.
Like, what's the next threat? Because it seems like we get a threat.
Yeah.
every year, every season we see it.
Right. They've kind of mitigated the walker threat. The walker threat isn't too great anymore. The main walker threat they had to deal with was the horde from the Whispers. Everything else they kind of contained. The remaining threats are human beings, other groups, crazies like the Whisperers. Unfortunately, they didn't have to deal with the Hunters, was it the Wolves? But that was kind of the terminus. Well, they had to deal with the Wolves, but it wasn't too crazy in the TV show compared to the comics. But yeah, either way, we're stoked. It's The Walking Dead. What can you expect?
Absolutely. Yeah, and the fact that we're getting these episodes is honestly a blessing, because AMC could have just said, guess what, guys, season 11, you're going to wait for Walking Dead.
Yeah, for sure. So stay tuned for more, guys, on this. We'll do reactions. Any more news that comes out on these episodes, we'll definitely do a video to let you guys know. And make sure if you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell for your notifications, and smash the like button if you enjoyed. See you next time. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation. We're out.